On March 12, 2017, the National Advancement Party of Canada, NAPC, submitted e-petition 952 to the Canadian Parliament. This e-petition 952 is about creating a federal mechanism for a national binding referendum of non-confidence by the people on the federal government and after elections. This is the ultimate form of democratic accountability next to regular elections. We were required to get one MP to sponsor this e-petition 952. We chose Justin Trudeau. He had 1 month to decide whether he would sponsor this e-petition or not, and also within that 1 month to provide us with any feedback. If he went on to sponsor it, there was no obligation on his part to support this e-petition 952. I want to now just go through this e-petition. There are 5 points to it, and then a concluding recommending statement at the end. The first point we make is that in a free and democratic society, the sovereign authority over political affairs rests with the people. So what we are saying is that democracy, at least true democracy, should and must be about the people. Government of, by, for the people. The second point, the sovereign authority of the people occurs not only during elections, but after elections. And we know in Canada, typically there's an election and then there's a 4-year gap and then there's another election. Well, that 4-year gap is a long, long time. And it's critical that we have accountability within that period. And that's what this e-petition is pushing for. The third point, elected officials have a duty and responsibility to serve the Canadian people. And we can go further on that point and say the federal government has a duty and responsibility to serve the Canadian people first and foremost. The fourth point, when the people lose confidence in elected officials, the people must have the right and means to remove these officials. So we're saying, if people lose confidence in year 1 of a prime minister or government, they shouldn't have to wait 3 years to remove that person. They should have the right within that year and a half to remove them. And finally, the fifth point, elected officials need to be fully accountable to the people for campaign lies, campaign misinformation, non-fulfillment of campaign promises, and or non-disclosure of impactful campaign agendas during elections and after elections. And then we went on to conclude and recommend that the House of Commons, as assembled, should join us in supporting legislation to create a mechanism for a national binding vote of non-confidence by the Canadian people on the federal government after elections. This e-petition was rejected by Justin Trudeau. As I said earlier, it's the ultimate form of democratic accountability next to regular elections. Not only that, we didn't even get a response from Justin Trudeau or any of his numerous paid staff. All we were asking in this e-petition was to give people like you, the Canadian people, an opportunity to say whether you support this form of accountability. This was denied by Justin Trudeau. And I just want to touch now on the background of this. Because in the 2015 federal campaign, Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party, they ran on so-called real change. They ran on so-called open, honest government. Trudeau said publicly, and this is part of the Liberal campaign platform, that within 18 months they will introduce legislation to enact electoral reform. We all know that they reneged on this. Was that a lie? Here's a public statement by Trudeau
and
saying
within 18
that.
months of forming government, we will bring forward.
Another thing that Trudeau went on to talk about was, and also the Liberal Party, was we want Canadians to have trust in their government. We need a government that trusts Canadians. Yet, when it came to e-petition 952, this is like the ultimate trust in Canadians. To have the power to remove people like Trudeau in that government. But they just rejected it. Finally, Trudeau and the Liberal Party went on, giving Canadians a voice in Ottawa. Accountable. Again, this is the ultimate form of accountability next to regular elections, and it was rejected by Justin Trudeau. This is a way to give Canadians a voice, to have an impact on what goes on in Ottawa, and it was rejected. So, if you are a disenchanted Liberal voter from 2015, if you feel you've been lied to, you feel you've been betrayed, you feel you've been cheated, well, I call on you to join the National Advancement Party of Canada, NAPC. We are a patriotic movement that puts the Canadian people first. We will not let you down, and we will stay true to our word.